By the time we got married, it was not. I think I was earning more than you then.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah, and someone was asking me that what made you say yes to him. I remember telling the person that, "Oh, I saw beyond the present.
Mm.
I saw that he had potential. I saw that he was trying his best. I saw that he is a guy filled with many ideas. I don't know if
Abi
I've
now.
told you before.
But we're talented.
You're proud.
Now God, don't be
You're proud.
me.
Hi
Hi
guys.
guys.
Okay.
Okay, go on.
Hi
Hi
guys.
guys.
I should do this on purpose. Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Marriage by Design on Life Issues with Iyanuwole. I
Iyanuwole.
wanted to say Iyanuwole.
My name is Oluwole Olukoju,
And I am Iyanuoluwa Olukoju.
and together you can call us. How does
Iyanuwole.
that sound? Iyanuwole. Miracle has entered.
Yeah, may miracle enter your house,
In
your
Jesus'
family, your
name.
life in Jesus' name.
Iyanuwole mi o. All right, so let's get started.
Oluwole mi o. Oluwole mi má jèrè.
All right,
Iyanuwole mi o.
it's okay.
Let's enter studio.
All right, without further ado, let's get straight to the business of the
Today.
day. Today, we want to talk about why we married each other. Why? No, aside the conventions, the gang, all those conventions, what other things are you
Do you look out
supposed to
for?
see or do you
Yeah.
look out for in your supposed man
Spec.
or woman?
Your supposed spec.
Yes. What are the things that you should look out for, or what are the
What
things
are
that
the qualities that qualify someone for marriage?
you
Ah,
you you
Mama,
you
we.
sabi
I
you,
go school.
you sabi how the
I
thing they
go
go.
school. I go
All
school.
right, so let's get started. So number one, obviously, is maturity. And when we're talking about maturity, you know that it's not just about age. We have,
Because sometimes age can just be number,
yeah,
but it's important.
we have over 40 that still thinks like 15. And we have people that are 18, and the kind of reasoning they have, you'll be wowed. As a matter of fact, a lot of my coaches, business wise this time around, not even married, a lot of my coaches when it comes to business are guys that are 18, 19, 20. And what they
But their
speak,
business
the
sense is
wisdom,
much more than their age.
exactly. So the same thing applies to marriage.
Yeah. So should be an adult.
Adult, all
Yeah.
right. So there are so many other level of maturity that has to come in. Number one is emotional maturity. The person, either a man or a woman,
So
has to be
emotionally stable.
emotionally stable. And also, we're talking about spiritual maturity, right? So the person has to have, certain requirements, relationship with God.
Yes.
It's a basic requirement.
I remember discussing with a group of ladies and we got to this spiritual
Yeah.
maturity point. And I was telling them that, see, if your relationship with God before marriage is not stable, is not steady, is not consistent, don't
Yeah.
think that your relationship
Will be better.
will be better in marriage. Then someone said, what if you are hoping to get married to somebody that can pull you up spiritually? I said, that's good. But why that is good? What if your spouse too is relying on you to pull him up spiritually?
What-
Then both of you now end up
Abi?
being an imbalancing,
And why can't you even do
inconsistent.
the pulling up even before getting together,
married. So the person the person you want to marry should have a certain level of consistent relationship.
Some
with
of the
God.
things that I knew before I got married, some of the Bible verses that I memorized, some of the spiritual understanding that I have, now were the things that I've been able to gather together before marriage.
Yes.
Because by the time you get married, so many responsibilities might want to contend with the time that you
Yeah,
have. So it
definitely.
requires a whole lot of discipline for you to be at the same pace. So if you're not there now, when exactly are you going to be there?
Yeah.
So it's very important. And you will even know that when you're cutting, you get, because you have to do some spiritual activities together. Another level of maturity is the social maturity. How this person relates with others. When these people see your friends, how does
How
it
do they
behave
relate
around
with
your
them?
friend? How does
Yeah.
it relate with your friends?
Does it
With
have the
your
capacity to have social interaction?
yes, even your family. You understand? There are some people that are too obsessive. Like they don't want to see you hanging around with any other person. It's gonna
Red
be
flag.
it's gonna be a problem. Like, why are you talking to this guy? Why are you talking to this guy? Even though the guy has been your friend, and all of that. Yeah, sometimes you can ask that question, but don't be too, obsessive.
Yeah.
Also,
Physical
physical
maturity too
maturity, we
is
talked
very
about that.
important.
You don't
Yeah.
want to marry underage.
Exactly. This
uh,
happens mostly, I think, in the northern part.
yeah,
So, and their girls now end up with all sorts of medical conditions. So
exactly.
you don't want to marry somebody that is not old enough to carry a baby. Yeah, that's one of it. And
And funny enough, in those days, right, a lot of our forefathers, they marry people that are very young, even though even them they are very young at that time.
yeah,
But
but not like
other
not
things
like
make up for
under
that.
18.
Yeah, of course, not under 18. You don't want to go marry under 18, but other
Yeah.
things even make up for that. Yeah,
Yeah.
like other level of maturity make up for that. These guys, they are very decisive. Someone like Daddy Adeboye married quite early. Even my grandfather, I can't remember the age he got married. I guess grandma was even less than that age. I can't remember, but around that 18. But these guys, they know exactly what they want, and they are
Yeah.
matured in other aspects.
Yeah.
Even so it has to be balanced, right?
Yeah.
Good. And also very important is the
Financial.
financial maturity. All right. And please don't take this out of context.
Yeah.
We are not saying that
You must have it
you must
all.
have it all. You must you should have the basics.
Yes.
Right? You don't want to get married and be staying in your parents' house.
Of
It
course.
doesn't make
It
sense.
does not make sense.
You're going
It's
to
not even right. It's not even the standard.
yes,
You're
it's not
meant to
right.
live and cleave.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And also, when you're married, one thing that will likely happen is that you will have children. And you don't want your children to become burdens to other people. At least you want to have the basic requirements. You don't have to
Yeah.
send them to the best of schools for now, while you're trusting God to get to the level you want to get to, but at least have the basic requirement for you to be able
Have a
to.
job
Yeah.
or have something doing.
Yeah.
Have a business
Business
or have a
enterprise.
plan.
Have a
I remember during my own time, and my cousin was advising me, and one of the questions he asked was, what is he doing? And I said he's an entrepreneur. And he said something. He said, the money of an entrepreneur does not come in like a salary earner, and you should be ready to maybe once a while shoulder financial responsibilities, or contribute to the financial responsibilities of the home, because sometimes business might not be so up there and all that. So like, I've had people ask me that, why did you, because by the time we got married, it was not, I think I was earning more than you then.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah. And someone was asking me that, what made you say yes to him? I remember telling the person that, I saw beyond the present. I saw that he had potential. I saw that he was trying his best. I saw that he's a guy filled with many ideas. I don't know
I've
if
been
I've
now.
told him before.
But we're talented.
Proud.
Now God, don't be
Proud.
me.
So I know that he has many ideas. He's willing to continue trying until he breaks through. And he has, like I said, he has many wonderful ideas that he's working on at the moment. So even though at that point he was not there yet financially, but I knew that he's not a lazy person. You are not a lazy person that will just give up and say, okay, I've tried this and it's not working out, and that is it. So the person must be matured financially.
Yeah. So when it comes to financial maturity, let me just give you a quick gist about myself. Before I got married, I was very frustrated at some point, and the reason was that right from my university days, I had an idea of when I want to get married. Like I had an idea of the year, the month, and all of that.
Uh-uh.
Yes, I had an idea.
What if you did not know have bride as at that point in time?
Well, God, that is why we have God.
Man proposes God.
Yes, but that was what I wanted anyway.
Okay.
And thank God it happened. But as the days were getting closer,
Mm-hmm.
and I saw that I wasn't doing well financially, I
You were
was
pressured.
frustrated. I was really, really frustrated. Like, I got a job that was paying me maybe 40K or thereabouts. Like,
On the island. And you were living on the mainland.
I was thinking the one on the island was 70K.
Oh, okay.
But after taking the transportation, no car, after taking transportation, probably I would be going home with maybe around
30K.
40, 30K. Now, how can a 40, 30K person
Sustain.
get married? You're talking about accommodation. How many months will I have to contribute without spending out of my money to even say, let's get accommodation and all of that? But I guess God knows the desire of my heart, and He orchestrated something. And I think it was about 3 or 4 months to the date we've selected. We've already selected date, so it was a faith work, like faith work. I think it was about 3 months before that date that I eventually got a seemingly okay job.
Yeah.
That was the first job ever that I would do that would be over 100,000. All right. And I started doing that, and both of us,
Yeah.
1 month to the
and
wedding, thereabout, we contributed money to get our accommodation. Right, we did everything together. I mean, that is why it's good to have an amazing wife.
Gosh.
And after we did all of those, right, there was nothing left in the account, and we had
Car
about
was red.
1 month to our wedding. We selected the date. We printed IV. It was a faith work. But somehow, because we set our hearts to it, it happened, and it happened gloriously. And I never lived in this house before I got married. It was after our marriage, after the whole paparazzi and all of that, we both came in here together for the first time. All right. And together we started building.
Yeah.
We started building. So I had to tell this story to make everybody understand that when it comes to finances, what you should really look out for are potentials, not the actual. What a lot of people look out for as the actual. And at the end of the day, you are not looking out for the potential, and you get the actual, and then you get married, but eventually the guy goes broke or the lady goes broke.
And maybe they cannot even generate more ideas to
Exactly.
recover.
And then the person you're belittling, that you feel like, I can't marry, and you know that this person has a potential, the person eventually, is doing well. Do you understand? So this is just one aspect. We are not saying that you should look at financial only. I mean, we're going to talk about some other things, but in terms of finances, you have to be very careful and sensitive, right?
Yeah.
All right. So the next point, the person should be able to handle responsibilities, disappointment, and setbacks. And that's that's part of emotional maturity as well.
Yes.
Some people, when they have, some setbacks in their life, they are frustrated.
They just spiral down and take it out on their partners.
And
You don't want to marry somebody that when they have little setbacks, they are throwing tantrums like kids.
Exactly. And some people go into depression.
Yeah.
I mean, it's difficult when you have people around that you're taking care of, you have your kids around, and then you are having that kind of mood, whatever. So when things are okay for you, you are happy. When things are a bit down, you are sad.
And it's affecting the home,
affects the home.
affecting your spouse.
Yeah.
It's not fair.
You should be able to undo difficult moments, all right? And that is why we have the Spirit of God. Sometimes some of these things, they are easier said than done. Sometimes we experience some difficulties that are difficult for us as human beings to go through, and we only need God. But of course, because you have people that you're responsible to, I am responsible to my wife is responsible to me, we are both responsible to God and our children. And so we do not let those things affect us. We still render our service to God. We still render our worship to God. So it's very, very important. There are some people, when they go through difficult things, that's the end of church for them. All right, so we move to the next one. Have you heard this statement before? That is how I am. Leave me.
That's who I am.
Yeah, that's who I
cannot
am.
change.
I cannot change for anybody. Now, if that's the kind of person you are, just stay away
You are
from
not ready.
marriage.
Yeah, you are not
You are
ready
not
for
ready yet.
marriage.
Because in marriage, there is no how you
You
are.
have to, you have to learn. There should be middle ground.
Exactly.
You have to let go of some things.
You should be able to adapt.
There should be compromise.
Exactly.
There should be compromise in marriage. So you can't come as just as I am. I'm not ready to learn. I'm not ready to change. This is how I was brought up. This is how I believe things should be. And that is final.
Yeah.
It does not work in marriage.
I mean, marriage is the joining together of two persons from different backgrounds, different whatever. I mean, since I was a little baby till 15, there were some things that I grew up with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I grew up with those things, part of me. Same thing. I never knew her at that age. She never knew me. And then we are coming together right now as matured individuals to get married.
Yeah.
You should know normally that there will be conflict in some of our belief system.
Yeah.
You should know that there will be some conflict in some of the things that we do, that I like, that she likes, that she doesn't like, that I don't. There will be conflicts normally.
But there should be compromise. There should be
Exactly.
middle ground. You should be able to meet at the middle. Oh, you're coming from this point. I'm coming from this point. This is what I can let go. This is what you can let go. Then we agree on a new
template for your own family.
Yeah.
That is the whole idea about marriage.
So if you are in a relationship with someone who is not ready, who is not flexible, who does not have an open heart, who is not ready to learn, then I don't think the person is ready for marriage.
The person is not ready. And those were the things that I saw with my wife. Let's say some things, right? My wife came from a background, and I'm sure that some of you know I came from another background.
No.
Some of you know. So two different backgrounds. So that is why some people, when they see my wife, they say, are you a deeper life person?
I knew that was where you were going to.
People always ask that question.
My deeper life sister. I am proud. I am proud to be part of you people. I didn't come from deeper life, but similar doctrine.
I saw her initially. I was like, blah 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 blah. But at the end of the day, I discovered that this is the lady that I want to marry. Then I should be able to come to a middle ground and say, okay, this is how our home is going to be.
Yeah.
True. And I mean,
I remember even talking to Mommy Gloria Bamiloye. Shout out Mommy Gloria. I remember talking to Mommy Gloria Bamiloye about some of those issues. I think it was specifically about the issue of earrings for our daughter and all that. And Mommy Gloria said, ṣé torí ìyẹn ló ṣe wá fẹ́ sọ no? It's not a sin. It's not this. It's not that. She spoke with me, opened Bible, and we both even opened Bible together. I remember you saying, "Oh, okay, I'm ready to listen to you. If that I'm coming with an open heart. If you can show me in the Bible where the Bible says this and that, and we both looked at it together. And I was not set in my ways of my upbringing, saying, oh, this is how I was taught, thou shalt not do this, thou shalt not do that. As long as it is not a sin, as long as it is not against the will of God and commandments of God, you should be ready to learn new things. You should be ready, you should be open to unlearn and relearn to make your marriage work.
Yeah. And sometimes also your inner peace with God also will determine a whole lot of things as well. So you guys should reach a compromise, decide together how you want your family to be, and then start that. You can write some things for your family. All of those things really matters, right?
Yeah.
Great.
Another point that we want to look at is you want to marry someone who is less critical and who is
not always finding faults.
Someone who is meek, who is empathetic, right?
That has empathy.
That has empathy. So because like we said, you are coming from different backgrounds different upbringing. You don't want someone who is always finding fault in everything you do, who is always pulling you down.
Yes, because the truth of the matter is that, depending on where you're coming from, your own beliefs are the best. That is the mentality. Like, this is the best thing. This is the way the clothes should be arranged. That's the best thing to you. And then you are seeing someone
The way the
else.
bed should be laid.
Yeah, and you see someone else that has different beliefs, and then the next thing you just want to, start criticizing the person.
Or this is the person that is supposed to do this in the house, and no, my own responsibility is not
the wrong is dependent on your definition for wrong. And your right is your definition for right. All right. So in marriage, you have to know what is wrong and what is right. Decide on what is wrong and what is right.
And you have to know that the person who is ready to get married is not someone who is always pulling down their partner, who is always very critical of their partner. You guys should know that you are both on the same team.
Exactly.
You are not, it's not a competition. You are not competing with your partner, but you are a team.
Yeah.
And because if you are trying to, it's just like a game of football, if you are trying to be like, I'm the star player of the team, and you get an opportunity, maybe you're a midfielder, but you want to shine.
Your teammates might not even pass to you again.
Exactly. No, it's funny.
Yes, now
it's funny, but it's very applicable to marriage too. Then you now say your partner is silent, they are not talking to you again.
Exactly. Because whatever they say, you are so critical.
You're so critical.
You
of
can
it.
easily
You want to
see
be
the faults.
best person. Yeah, you want to see the best person.
Yeah. Finding fault at everything, even though your partner might be wrong, which it happens.
Nobody's always
but
right.
Correct with love. All right. What you can do is maybe you organize something that is called a village meeting, and where both of you can really talk about things that she does that you don't like, things that he does that you don't like, without getting angry, some of those things.
And the way you communicate, that also matters.
So another important point is you want to be sure that the person has access to the wisdom of God with proven results. Now, if this person is the person that always does things with his own mind alone, with his own understanding alone, without leaning on God, he doesn't pray about any decision. He wants to make a critical decision.
Just
And you've heard all his stories from when he gave his life to Christ till now, and you can't trace any point where he said or she said,
God led me
to this. I told God gave me this idea and all of that. Everything was his own strategy. Everything was his own.
It should be weird.
It should, because truthfully, I don't know how people that do not have relationship with God are doing it. They are really trying. Because how do you maneuver this world?
Because this world is very uncertain.
Yes, how do you maneuver this world without the leading
having
of God?
A guide. Yeah.
It's quite difficult.
It's quite frightening.
Yeah.
It's quite frightening navigating the world without a guide.
Without a guide, without a compass, and that is God. And you now think about, raising a family at that level without any relationship with God, without hearing from God, without direction. Something will suffer for that. So you want to be sure that this person has access to the wisdom of God with proven records.
That's a very deep point.
Very important, right?
Yeah, very important.
And if the person doesn't have, it's something that before marriage, if both of you are determined, ensure that let that be like a prerequisite before you get married, and do not fake it. I mean, you will know in your spirit. If you're a born again Christian, you will know in your spirit.
If you have a relationship with God,
you can have a relationship. Yeah,
God.
Exactly. I guess this will be our last point for today. All right. So you want to look at someone that is true and is open about his weaknesses to God. The fact that you're not open about your weaknesses to God is even a sign of pride. Like
you're deceiving yourself. God knows you even more than you know yourself.
Exactly. You know your weak points. You know things that you can improve on. You know things that could actually be a threat to your marriage or to your children or whatever. And then you're not willing to submit.
You're pretending to God. And anybody that can pretend to God will definitely pretend to their partner.
Exactly. I mean,
So
that is the point. We're not saying that we are all perfect. We have our weaknesses. I have my weaknesses. She has ours. You have yours. You have your weaknesses. But submit your weaknesses to the feet of the master. Let God help you. And if you're forming like these weaknesses, it happens. Like, I mean, everybody
it's
does
not
it.
even only someone that is open about their weaknesses to God. They should even be open about their weaknesses to their partners, so that the partner can know how to help out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So if it's not somebody that is transparent, I think you should be reconsidering if the person is actually ready for marriage or not, because marriage actually thrives on transparency.
Exactly.
Yeah, you get what I mean.
I mean, if people understand that marriage is a three-way thing, maybe
Is it
they will
threefold God
understand better. That is the man, the woman, and God.
and God? Yeah,
If you understand that, maybe you will make
it
a
will
better
make it
decision,
easier. Yeah.
and it will make your marriage easier. All right. So we want to believe that you've been able to learn one or two things from what we have said so far. So let us know, what's your wow moment? What's that thing that really caught your
What is
attention?
that point that you never thought about before that you picked from
Yeah.
this video?
And also share with us, what are the other things that you feel that we should add to this point that we've not added. More people who want to learn, from you. This is a community
Yeah.
of, people that are
People,
helping each other on their way to success in their
in
marriages and in parenting as well.
Yes. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much. And if you have not subscribed,
Subscribe.
please, we beg you, subscribe.
Subscribe.
It's going to take you
like.
just a second to subscribe. Just press the subscribe button. Boom, that's all. And then also just press the like button. And also share with others.
Share, let others learn. Yeah.
Don't be selfish with this information. A lot of people need the information, so share with them, and also drop your comment. We'll appreciate that. Help us to grow this community.
It helps. See, guys, dropping your comments helps our algorithm.
Yeah.
It helps YouTube to show our videos to more people. It helps more people it helps us to reach more people. So please engage in the comment section. Thank you guys for watching this far, and see you in the next video. Bye.
Thank you.